Cool. So, finally, we're live. That was a headache and a half, and I don't even know what the problem was. So anyway, hi guys. Random stream is a random. But, as the title would suggest, this is KSP 1.2 beta, and I'm just screwing around to see what's new. Let's see, what contracts do we have? Tested spark, landed the carbon. I need a bit of money. This will give me a bit of money, so take that. I want to upgrade the tracking station first, because that'll give me more signal strength, patch conics, and then I can upgrade mission control, and that'll give me flight planning. So, let's go test this engine real quick. That should give us enough money to at least upgrade the tracking station. So, it's that little thing. Yeah. So just dink on that. I'm still waiting for the day when they change these engine test contracts to actually require the engine to run, as in use fuel, and a certain amount of it, not just... Although, this sort of test is kind of accurate. It's like, it's not a full run test, obviously, but it's like testing the ignition systems and all the valves and things, which they do in real life. And you should check out Scott Manley's video on things KSP doesn't teach you on rocket ignition, if you want to learn more about that. It's quite interesting. Test hammer suborbital. I can speak. Suborbital trajectory. It's a fair amount of money. It's also fairly high. Well, if I shoot it straight up, and comes right back down. Yeah, test rocket max. That's even higher. Test parachute over Kerbin. That's a lot of money. Doing that. And yeah, obviously, still quite early game, so I don't have a lot of things. Alright. I don't need that much fuel. Now let's see. Priority 1. So now, it'll flow from that, then that. And then the tests was what? It was Mach 16. Oh, it's that thing. Whoops. Alright. Pod. Empty out the monoprop because don't need it. Mach 16 shoot. And yep, there we are. Steam. Oh, hey, Shield. Nice to see you. Put those up there a bit. Here we are. Put the engine on the first stage. Nice little squat rocket. Let's go. So that's a couple of things I'm waiting for Squad to change is the engine tests contracts to require the engine to run, and also to have background music of some variety whilst inside the atmosphere. Well, it is a nice little cue to know that you're technically inside the atmosphere when the music stops. It's a little, you know, passe, let's say, when it's like in space and in the hangars, you've got all this nice jazzy background music, but then you get here and it's just like, not. Or maybe not necessarily music, but ambience would be nice. And there. Yay! Mayonnaise! Alright, let's just have a quick look at forces overlay. Yep, I think they have. These blue things are lift, and they're coming from the fuel tanks. So I think Squad has revamped the body lift mechanics. So, time accelerate. Are we gonna land straight back on the pad? Did not even plan that. We're gonna land almost directly back on the pad. I'm just that good. And... whoa! Whoopsie. Wrong button. There we go. Think. Let's see. Crew port. No, already got that one. Recover. Science 20, not enough to get anything, because they'll cost 45 or more. New contract. To crew report above Kerman's Rift. Where is that? Kerman's Rift. Oh, that's a ways. Oh yeah, and I've already got one relay sat working here. And that's basically the first orbit I made. And it's just there to do things. Let's see. So, negative for VIP. She wants to orbit around Kerbin. I've yet to put a Kerbal into orbit, and it's not going to be a tourist. Whole shoot to that high. And that's the drogue chute. That's a lot of monies. If you just bring up a small landing gear bay into orbit, no specific orbit, and just testing it. Let's do that. Let's see. Don't need that. Boosters would be nice, but don't need it. Don't need that. Radiator legs. Service bay, don't need that. Don't need radiator panels at this time. Wing parts. And an engine. I think we can make orbit doing this. And I'm going to bring a mystery ghoul, because I still need upper atmosphere and high altitudes, high orbit stuff. So barometer, thermometer. Also, anyone who's familiar with the remote tech mod will recognize this new antenna. Slight plagiarism here. Just a scotch. Although really, what other design is there for a surface mount Mark 16 antenna? Heat shield is a thing. Don't need nearly that much ablator. Probably 80 is enough. Upper stage with the LV909 Terrier engine. What other upper stage engine is there? Now build out a nice big launcher. I do not have Kerbal Engineer, so I got no idea of delta V or thrust to mass, but I can eyeball it pretty well. It's not like I've got over 1,000 hours in this game or anything. Should I go liquid or solid boosters? At any rate, I'm going to need fins. There we are. Aha, and the drogue chute. Hang on. Contracts. Yeah, I've got the test one. Test that thing. This is going to hurt my delta V. Start retracted. There we go. Don't know what deploy shielding is. Yeah, I'll keep it disabled. So that looks cool. I think I'm gonna keep it simple, stupid, and just go with the good old thumper engines. If they're actually on those, yeah, there we go. Now, thrust limiter, that's down there. Always use your thrust limiters, especially on these big, powerful solid boosters, because, well, for one, you don't want to go too fast, too low, and two, saves you fuel. So, orbiter Mark 1, save, jeopardizing the pilot seats. Let's bring Valentina, because she often gets neglected. SAS, full thrust, let's go. And I'm also gonna pin these, press map barometer, the goo unit, and thermometer. There we go. On our way. Want to keep velocity vector heading as eastward as possible. Oh, watch the G's. Speed and attitude are good. Coming out to boost the flame out. Boost the flame out. Full thrust. Whoa! Fireworks! Alright, we're ascending at 2 Gs. Let's bring that down a bit. It's about 1.2. We're now high. Log pressure. Observe goo. Log temperature. Oh, we've already got a goo from upper atmosphere. So, reset. And we'll transmit and transmit. Alright, now we can start going over nicely. Let's see, how are we doing? Wow, yeah, let's go sideways. Very vertical launch profile here. Heading is 090, right on the ball. Man, there are a lot of tracking stations. Oh, that's right. I don't really get that. Why does the craft seem to be connecting to 3 others that it has not line of sight to? Guess that's just a bug in the UI design. But we are approaching Miko. We could be a little faster, but our height is good. Still heading 090. There's Miko. Stage sep. Second stage is firing. Good and strong. And we are going to make it to orbit. Almost there. And apoapsis is outside atmosphere. Periapsis is coming up. Whee! That is almost a continuous burn to orbit right there. Because we're nice and low here, we can keep going, push this above 250 kilometers right there, so we can get some high science. Not technically in orbit yet. Now I'm just going to lock staging for now. Alt L for those who don't know. So I don't get rid of my engine when I don't mean to. And 7, 8, 9, there. Valentina is almost the first Kerbal in space. She's like the 3rd, I believe. 4th, actually. I can't remember. Pressure, goo, temperature. Nope, nope, and nope. Not worth it. At least not yet. Well, let's see. How much science do you actually get for the goo? 2.3. Nah. Not worth it. Crew report could be worth it, though. Nope. I do like this new aim camera button, because basically what it allows you to do is change the camera focal point from the center of mass to a specific part, which will assist in video production quite a lot. Alright, so bring up that periaps. We're now in orbit. Let's get onto the shiny side. Make another couple orbits to get all the science we need. Now, run test. Give me monies. Now that we've got a spacecraft in orbit, let's head back to the Space Center, see if they want science from space around Kerbin. Nope. Okay. So, Orbiter Mark 1. Fly. Let us zoom around the planet. Oh, is this because my settings are weird? Yeah, my occlusion settings are wrong. Gonna have to change those. But we're now nice and high. So, Pressure. Move there. Goo. Temperature. Crew report. It's very round. How profound, Valentina. You know, we're just gonna transmit that. Pressure scan. Yeah, save it. Save the goo. Yeah, save the temperature. Cool, let's get down. Because we do not have unlimited electric charge here. Alright, so periapps coming down. I want it at about 30 kilometers. And 31, 30. There we go. And coming on down. Turn radial so that my decoupling doesn't screw up my approach. Take some selfies with the sun. Stage. Oh, stage lock off. Stage lock off. Thank you. Boom. And orientate for re-entry. Just in time for the threshold. Shit. Oh no. Crisis averted. Don't worry. I thought my goo canisters were on that stage. But no, it's just a landing gear. Goo canisters are right here. Minor heart attack. So how are y'all doing this fine evening? Valentine looks like she's doing well. Whoop, we're getting the blade already. Great bars of fire. I reckon we might end up landing in the desert. Yep, right in the middle of the desert. Great place to be. Parachute deployed. Oh, you're working on your fullest story, I assume? Yeah, cool. How's it going so far? Oh yes, that's plenty monies to upgrade both tracking station and mission control, I think. There goes the chute. Looks like we're gonna land right in the middle of a cactus field. Yeah, at least to have some food while you're waiting for the choppers. And plop. Okay. EVA. EVA report. Kermit's Deserts. Gonna start experiments. Board. Crew report from here. And remove the science from all of these. Take data. Take data. Board. Log temperature. Log pressure. And finally, goo. Yay! All the science was had that day. $111 science. Upgrade. Upgrade. Yay! Ooh, that's gonna take a bit. Right, let's see, what can I buy? I can buy better electronics that includes solar panels. Ooh, and a new probe core. That'll be good. Docking parts, crew can, landing gear, aircraft parts, better fuel tanks, smaller and bigger engines. I want to start on my... Wait a minute, where's fairings at? Could have sworn fairings were quite early in the tech tree. Where are they? Ah, there they are. Alright, so research that. And now I don't have enough to research that. Damn it. Alright. We'll get the struts. And that'll do for now. Alright, so I need to get fairings and then probes. Because I need monies and I also need satellites. Atmospheric surface of Kerbin. Let's see. Oh, they're all above heights. Hard to get to. Yeah, whole skipper. I ain't taking skipper that high. You can just get stood on, game. Let's see, test, hammer, suborbital trajectory. Where are these atmospheric surveys anyway? No, game, you can get stood on with that, because I ain't sending a rocket to go for those sorts of precise flights. I do have this contract to explore the moon, which is basically sums up to a flyby. I did see this one, return to Kerbin from a flyby. We can do that. Jeb is going to be the first Kerbal to fly by the moon. Alright. Power shouldn't be an issue. What will be an issue is delta V. There we go. Let's see. Experience storage units. Wow, this thing's like regular black box, because it can tolerate an impact of 12 meters per second, can handle a G load of 50 Gs and 4,000 kilopascals. That's like jumping on Joule and then diving into Eve. Cool. Hmm. Means I can get some Science Junior happening. Let's do that. So, stick that there. Ta-da! Nice. Rocket's looking a little wonky, but that's okay. And there we are. High, low, science. Good, good, good. And then nice, efficient terrier. Wrong buttons. Let's see. Ta-da! Basically, I want to be able to get into space with most of this. So, one and one, just to keep it stable. Now, like so. This is not asparagus staging, this is just a lot of stages. Limit the authority a bit. There we go. And then strut the hell out of it. There we go. This should get us to the moon. If it does not, well then, we're screwed. And set these to flow priority 1 as well. That way the pod still retains its power for orientation after separation. Yay! Now, we had a contract to haul one of these up, didn't we? Moon shot 01. Save. Let's see. Haul. There was a haul, wasn't there? Aha, here we are. Drug shoot. Yeah. Cool. So to stick a drug shoot on, like, the first stage here. So there we are. In fact, we'll stick it here so that it'll help us turn eastward. Ta-da! This is a very cheap rocket, only 33,000. Very nice. Also guys, how's frame rate and audio balancing and things like that? Because it's been a while since I've done streams. Alright, SAS. Whoa, we are heavy. This is a big, heavy rocket. Alright. Whoa. Oh, I thought those were Reliance, not swivels. That'll be good. Let's see. Ow! Didn't actually get the haulage contract. Oh well. Almost there. Zero 9 is 0 on the ball. We are awesome and approaching Miko. Probably a little bit slow for this particular height, but we'll get there. Alright. And Miko. Shade step. Nice curry love cross. And second stage is burning. Yeah, we're a little bit out of position. Shouldn't be a problem. Where is the moon anyway? It's right there. You know what? It's almost in position. I'm just gonna go for it from here. Burn prograde at almost moonrise. And that should put me about in position. Actually, it's a nice high upwebs right there. There it is. Prograde at moonrise. Let's go, go, go. And neck hurts. We very well may get there before we run out of fuel in the second stage. Yes, we are. Woo! And there we go. Let's see. What the hell? What sort of patch connects is this? There's options to change the patch conics. Let's see if I can get it to it from here. Relative. Aha. Yep, so that's the normal one. Let's see. Ooh. That's nice. That's a good one. I've never actually played around with these different ones. Cool. There we go. That's a nice orbit there. Coming in nice and close. Got a little bit of fuel left. F5 for safety. There's apparently no data. Cool, we're set. I'm coming for you now, Moon. Wow, we got quite a good range from that tracking station. And almost there. And there we go. Pink. Fly by the moon. Yay! Alright. Science spam. Observe mystery. Materials bay. 50 science! Wow! Save that. Transfer data to there. Yay! So now there's data in that. Let's observe the goo. Fairly nice. Transfer Soza. Confirm. Log temperature. Very nice. And I'm just piling it all into there because these smaller instruments I can reuse. Plus, this has got a much higher crash tolerance than any of the actual instruments. Crew report. Can I transfer data? I can transfer crew. Because I can't transfer data. And I can't EVA from here yet, so I can't get science from space at this time. There we are. Now I am going to go into orbit around the moon, just because that'll help me plan. There we are. Doesn't have to be perfectly circular, but it'll be circular enough. How am I doing on resources? I'm doing fantastically! Because I've still got this entire thing here. Granted, it's not a lot of fuel, but it should be enough. There we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. T-minus 1 minute 10 seconds. There we go. Very nice. And there. Barely used any of my fuel. I could land this thing if I wanted to. Okay. Observe. Bay. Near the moon. Sweetness. All the science spam was had that day. let's see. Damn. Alright, let's just transmit this. Ow! Oh yeah, the comms are out of... They're faded. Which means... Ah yeah, signal strength. What about relay 1? If this thing's got power, which it does, this... Why can't these antennas... Do they just automatically act as relays when I'm just out of range? Or do I have to have a relay antenna on both craft? That would be a dick move. Because yeah, this has got connections to several ground stations and it's not relaying through my ship. That's a little annoying, but at least we are learning. Okay. So, I've got a crew report from high over the moon. That's okay. Hang on. Collect all. Yay! Now I can get a crew report. Sweetness. Collect all. Sweet! So now, with this thing, you can set up a massive big explorer craft, have your experiments linked to action groups, and then just store them all, and then have collect on another action group, and then they all just get dumped straight into this hard drive. Cool. Alright. Plan our return. Well. There we go. That'll do. And there we are. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the occlusion settings because that's just not right. Right. Whoa, not so fast. Let's go home with this bounty of science. And it. And put it at, say, 25 kilometers, right there. Very nice. F5 for safety. We've still got a lot of fuel left. There we are. And now as we get closer, signal strength increases. Yeah, I should not be able to get contacts to every single tracking station on this body at once. And look, especially at this range, these two should be communicating, but they're not. Alright. So all science is in that. We have used bugger all fuel, but I do want to test the heat shield at this point, so I will not be using any more fuel than this. I know where I've seen that model before. Kerbal attachment system. Now, with the oh, I forgot to put an antenna on this, didn't I? Goddamn. That's why I'm not communicating. Alright. So, yeah. With the reflex antenna, I could understand that because there's not much other design that you can come up with for that sort of part. But this is almost exactly what the cable attachment system toolboxes look like. Might have a slight bit of plagiarism, squad? Just saying. Boom. Hey, it looks like the position holds. Woo! Fireworks! The position holds are more efficient. Alright. So we started out with 120 ablator. Nice! And we're gonna go kasploosh into the ocean. Very nice indeed. So, we are learning how things in this update work. Oh, parachutes are a good thing. Shit! God damn it. You saw nothing. I did not just crash headlong into the ocean. Lies and slander. Whoa, that one came close. Oh, kaboom. Okay, cool. Deploy shoot. Nice. There we go. That's a bit better. And sploosh. Very nice. Give me all the monies. That's a lot of science too. Alright. So now we get fairings. There we are. And we get probe cores, solar panels. I can get a few more things too. What does this lead to? Ooh, that could be very useful. First of all, I want larger tanks. And that. Docking ports. Bigger engines though. Better aircraft. Alright, let's get on the way to RCS. And then docking ports. That one will be good. That one will be good. Docking ports and adapters I'll get when I need them. Sweetness! So now, let's just go. Yeah. Good morning. Now, where are more antennas? Aha, there's the next relay antenna. What the? It's got the exact same G and pressure tolerances as the return thing. All of these. Okay, so I guess Squad just hasn't given proper values to these things yet. Okay. Now, let's build ourselves some relay sets. Don't have tiny engines yet. I'm not going to need them. Because I'm gonna put on some solar panels. Some antenna. Oop, extend the wrong way. There we are. Like that. So they extend like so. And these are dual purpose antennas, so. And I'll stick a thermometer on them. Yay! And dink. There we go. Now, let's see, how does this actually work? That's just a plate. See, I do need the little separators. That's the word. Where do I get them? Little separators. There. Where are the other little separators? There they are. I can deal with this. So, we have this thing. And we are going to give it this thing with a force percentage of 7. And then go to the fairing. Put the fairing there. And then we just build out that same thing again. Build it from down here so that I can get exactly where I want it to be. There we are. Yeah, we can only get 2 of them, or can I? Ooh. Ooh. If I do that, it's gonna have some clipping shenanigans. But at least those clipping shenanigans are only gonna happen between the craft itself. Then I can put that there. That there. That gets it shorter. And then is there room? No. Coolio. So I've got 3 craft here. Each of them is going to have thermometers, so that I can get science from space around Kerbin when those contracts arise. Nice! 3 little relay sets. They do not have their own propulsion systems, however. But that's okay. We won't need them. Okay, so fairing goes, then that, then that, then that. Actually, I'm going to launch the top one first. So top, that, and then that. And actually, I'm going to, oh yeah, force percent down to, yeah, let's say 2. There we go. So now it's just going to go chunk, slowly float away. Oh, also, I'm going to need a prop car. There. Autostrat, heaviest part, root part, grandparent part, heaviest part. There we go. So, probe car on this one, so that once that one goes, I can still control this thing and turn it away. And that, and that, just to be on the safe side. So, heaviest part, sweetness, and then Terrier engine. Very nice. And build fairing. Clamshell deploy on. Very nice. This is like a full-on Arion style thing. Awesome! So, this will have plenty of Delta V to maneuver. And then, launch vehicle. Now that I've said that Ariane thing, I can't get it out of my head, so let's just build a little Ariane style launch vehicle here. Just pin properly so I can buy those. Ta-da! Nice. Very nice big Ariane style thing. With the necessary fins to counteract that massive fairing up there. That, however, is going to banjax the control systems. So, there we go. Yep. They're a bit skewy if... That's better. There we go. That is a nice looking rocket. Ariane 1, even though it's really Ariane 5. Now, I need to wiki something real quick, because I don't have Kerbal Engineer. I don't know what the orbital period is. Hang on. What about the KSP data? That might have something. Nope. Oh, here we are. It does. So, co-synchronous orbit is KO is 2863 kilometers. Alright. So that's a period of 6 hours co-synchronous orbit. And then I'll just eyeball it from there to get them into the correct position. All this rambling will make sense eventually, I promise. Wait. Reverse flight vehicle assembly. Forgot to limit thrust on these. About half should do it. Okay. Very nice. Initiate roll program. And pitch program. Turn, you bastard. Come on. I don't know why, but rockets like this always seem to get these weird rolling moments. It's like you try and pitch and they roll, which is really annoying. Alright, going through max Q. Craft to supersonic. 090 on the ball. We are home free. Come up to booster, flame out, and separation. Main engine is all but shut down. Boosters away. Kaboom. Alright, slow it on down, because we're getting a little high. Don't want to be going up quite that fast. Approaching Miko. Altitude is good. Speed could be a little better. Speed is coming up nicely. We are nice and high. And Miko. Stage set. Fairing set. We are awesome. Full thrust. Now, key is well, you guys saw the numbers. I'm just gonna go fly them. These are gonna be turbo-synchronous. Relay sats. So about halfway there now. Alright. Time to use thrust limiter to get exactly where they need to be. $2,600,000, 700,000. Thrust limit even more. We need 2,863,000. It's 2,800,000 to 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Bingo. Used about half our fuel to get there. Whoop. And there we go, that'll do. Bring up the thrust limiter again. The beauty of this is well, just to be safe, I'm going to deploy this antenna. Extend. Cool. So that we have maximum signal strength as we ascend. And then as we get here, yep, it's going to take about 20 seconds. Alright. Yeah, so we've got perfect view to at least one ground station. Burn like crazy. Key to this whole thing is going to be patience, because I did not have the fuel to do a proper home and transfer to position these satellites. What I do have the fuel for is changing their orbits slightly. So let's see. We stay pretty well in position here. A little high, a little low. Frig, wrong. So yeah. We are synchronous. Let's just extend that antenna as well. And dink. Cool. Extend antenna. Face like that. Well, actually, I'm going to face like this. Down towards the planet. Nice. Then that's just going to go floating away. Now we can go on our merry way. Now I'm going to lower this periapse to about there. That way, as we make orbits, we can slowly move around and put distance between these two satellites. And these orbits are going to be all slightly different. So, there. So now you can see the magic of this happening. just a couple of these orbits, and we are going to be separated by enough. There's 90. There we go. Now, these antennas don't have the range to communicate with each other, but they don't have to. Nice. I don't have to have the range for that. There we go. Whoop, dink. Now, this has local control, and now it's got direct control. So, as I was saying, they don't have the communications range to communicate directly with each other, but especially once I rework the occlusion system, they will have the range to communicate with things on the surface that are not within direct line of sight to a control point. So for example, someone here in a valley will have line of sight to this relay set, which then has line of sight to a comm station. And that's how this whole thing works. So, here we are. Let us get into position. Do again. Lower. There, that'll do. One more. There we are. We're a little biased, but we should have comms all over the planet now, apart from the poles. Think. Stand antenna. Nice. And best of all, can transmit. Now this thing is done. It doesn't have very much power. What it does have is fuel. Deorbit, get out of the way. Now the key would be 120 degree separation. They are likely to end up at that point eventually. And off he goes. Let's see how this thing fares. Turn off stability assist. Burn, baby, burn. Now, really, it would be better to basically launch a swarm of satellites in low inclined orbits, and they'll shoot around the planet, relaying through all those different surface stations. But I wanted to try the geostationary orbit one, at least. Oh wow, nothing blew up. Whole engines heat shields thing still works, I see. Let's just burn all this fuel, because I ain't gonna recover this. Whee! Middle of the grasslands. Direct connection to Space Center? I think not. Woo! Boom. Kaboom. Oh hey, the Procore itself actually survived. Gonna stop rolling. Thank you. Yeah, we'll cover something. Nice. Now let's see. Ooh, we've got some satellite contracts to do. Cause you can see here that like this satellite is connected to this tracking station, and to do so, it's basically shooting signal through the mantle of the planet. It's like, that's just not on. So, I've got no idea what the uptime is, but I feel like I've done a lot. So, I'm going to leave this stream here. Thanks to everyone who turned out. Hope you guys found it interesting. I know I sure did. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. So, until next time, skull it out. You guys bored yet?